Well, it's it's an exciting day for us finally to be in Assembly Hall in front of our own fans, and I thought that there were some things that we did really well. I thought there were some things we certainly have to continue to work on, but overall I thought the effort was tremendous. We had some miscues there defensively, let 15 get away from us a few times there in the first half. Of course, we adjusted to that in the second half, and I thought it did a much better job. But that's part of it, you know. That's one of the reasons why you play close scrimmages and you have exhibition games in order to iron some of those things out. But overall, I thought it was a good day for our young group, and got some scoring from different people. One of the areas that concerns me is our offensive rebounding. We at halftime, I think Cahill was the only one. We had 5, and I think she had all 5 of them. So the challenge was for our supporting crew to really try to help her manage the offensive boards, and that's going to be an area, rebounding, where we're going to have to be really good night in and night out.
So you had a huge contingent, I think, of people from Seymour that came here. I mean, did you know they were coming?
I did. You know, part of it is ALS awareness, as you know, and the T-shirts that they wore were representing myself being from the small town. Plus, all the proceeds went to a great cause, and that to the ALS Foundation. And so it was special to look up there, and it boosted our attendance. From what I've been told by our marketing people. So hopefully those are, you know, Seymour's only about 45 minutes down the road. They've been tremendous friends to our family, and they'll continue to be, and we'll see them from time to time, hopefully a lot more here in Assembly.
Coach, sticking with the post players, I guess, in the paint, 46-18 advantage today for the Hoosiers. Talk about, I guess, what your mindset was from an offensive perspective to get the ball in the post in the play of Amanda, Jen, and Lindsay, and those players.
Well, I don't know what the statistics were there early, but I know they weren't very good from beyond the three-point line. And so we anticipated that UND was going to play a lot of zone today. And one of the things that we cautioned our group about was that we were going to have opportunities to get a lot of open looks outside the arc. But we really felt like we had to get post touches. And so at the timeout, we really talked about in that offense that we run, really having our guards dedicate themselves to putting the ball inside. Our post players didn't per se have to shoot it, but when you do that, you know, the defense, one has to shift, one has to drop and dig, has to be aware of you know, your low post, and they create a lot of attention, which opens up the outside for your offense. But we certainly you know, challenged our group at halftime that we felt like we could get a lot of easy buckets, high percentage shots in the second half. Just by running our continuity offense, and like I said, just really dedicating ourselves to getting the ball inside as much as we could. So again, give this kid, this is a young group of players, and any adjustments that we made throughout the game or at halftime, I was pleased with the way they came out and adjusted. And like I said, we'll continue to grow as a group, but we're certainly we're able to make the adjustments that we needed, and that was good to see.
Coach, a lot of emphasis this offseason has been defense. What's it been like to see kind of how that's progressed now that you're playing competition other than yourself?
Well, I think that we still have a lot of work to do. I think that we have made progress. You know, I only wanted to give up 40 points to UND, and we didn't do that, so we didn't meet our defensive goal. But you know, we'll look back at the film, and there'll be, you know, reasons for why we did that. And the reasons will be all fixable, which is good. We made progress. Last week, as you guys know, we went and played in a close scrimmage down in Nashville, and we had a lot of miscues defensively. Came back, watched film, worked on it all week, and we saw some progress today. We did a lot of good things. We were out of position at some times, but that'll happen. But like I said, I think our effort was there. Our intentions were in the right place. But we were maybe a step here, getting outside the paint late in our gap. We were late at helping and recovering. And so those are all fixable things, which you know, are good, and we'll just keep hammering those things home with our group, and we'll continue. You'll see this group continue to get better and better as the year goes on the defensive end.
Laren had 3 points, but she had 7 assists. Is that kind of her role to be a little more facilitator?
Well, I think I don't know how many shots she took. She took 1 for 5. No, she's a facilitator, but she's a scorer. We all know that Laren is unique, and she's a special basketball player. I've said that from day one. The thing that we've done is with Tyra and Taylor, and I think Carly tonight had a good night. Lex, you know, we've added some depth. We've added some other pieces around her, which is only going to help her. But to categorize Laren as just a facilitator, I would be crazy. She's way too good of a basketball player all around to find her own shots and then create shots for others.